everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes every. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. You turn my morning into dancing. 'Cause your love changes everything. Your love changes everything. Oh, there's something about your love, something about your love changes everything in my body. Oh, something about your love, something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. It changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything, changes everything. Something about your love, something about your love changes everything. You turn my morning into dancing. 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 Something about your love, something about your love changes everything.
Good morning, Rooted Men. Pastor Tom, Firmly Rooted Church. It is Wednesday. It is great to have all of you on board. It is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which means it's time for Rooted Men. We're looking at the book of Joshua, and I get to take us into chapter 8. And tomorrow, a continuation, because I get to do that one too. Let's say hi to a few people, and then we'll get going. Let's see. I think my cousin Dave was up here pretty early. There he is. Good morning. Warming up here today. Well, good. I think I saw that we might actually be in the 30s early next week. Who knows? That would be nice to be above freezing. Chuck B, shalom, gentlemen. I'm out there on X. Bert Reggiani. Good morning, gentlemen. Ken Gooch, good morning, fellow brothers in arms. Well, there's a lot more people out there. All right. Well, great to have you. Steve Giroux, what a great job he did on a tough text, right? You see capital punishment taking place on an entire family, the Achan and his family, because they went against God's command. And there's a lot there that needs to be connected. And I think a greater discussion would have to be had maybe on a Thursday night if the guys wanted to do that. But the points that Steve made, I think, need to be repeated. Hey, Chris Connolly, good morning. Number one, Achan was responsible for men in the army dying that day because the Lord did not go with them, and they were struck down because of his disobedience. And most likely his disobedience was not just known by him, but may have been known by his family and extended family, at least parts of it, because they would use it. I mean, it was going to be their wealth. Thirdly, God is in their midst. This is something that's got to be understood in the Old Testament as God's desiring to live amongst his people, whether it be in a tabernacle or whether it be in a temple. He wants to be in their midst, and you can't be around God and sin because there's death. And sinning against God and going against his command, there's nothing worse than to say, I will and don't. Because he's a holy God and he will hold you accountable. Lastly, God cares less about life in this world than he does in eternity. So just because Achan and his family passed away as a model of capital punishment and a warning to everyone that they better do what God says, because they're sinful human beings and they better buck up and pay attention, nothing says that they went to hell. We might meet that whole family in heaven. They just paid a price because they sinned against God. And that's a big deal. You don't have the sacrificial system yet. You certainly don't have the death of Jesus yet. So there's a whole lot of things that we could discuss at another time, but I just wanted to say that part. And that Steve was right. How about that? Hate saying it, Chris. I know you understand. I hate saying it. Steve was right. They messed up because Joshua and his guys decided to do the AI thing the way they wanted to do it and didn't even ask God, because look what happens here in chapter 8. The fall of Ai. Then the Lord said to Joshua, now we're talking again. The Lord said to Joshua, do not fear and do not be dismayed. Wow, language as if he was in the first chapter. A restoration. Joshua, pick your head up. Let's go. We had to deal with a situation, but my promise to you is unchanging because I'm unchanging. We are going into the promised land. This is going to happen. Take all your fighting men with you. I don't care what your generals say. I do not care what your generals say. They do what I say. And arise and go up to Ai. See, I have given into your hands the king of Ai and his people, his city, and his land. It ain't about you. It's about me. Well, but I swung. It's about me. In all of life, not just in battle, even in our spiritual battles, even in our Christian walk. If we think that we're trying to tighten our belt and tighten our shoelaces and like I'm going to work really hard to be better today, you're going to fail. And Satan's going to beat the crap out of us when we do that. He goes before us. He wants to go with us. He wants to be by our side. He wants to be a good shepherd, and we follow him. He wants his spirit to guide and direct us. It's about him and his faithfulness and what he can do. And you shall do to Ai and its king as you did to Jericho and its king. Only, look how he changes up things. Its spoil and its livestock you shall take as plunder for yourselves. See, they're going to have to start feeding themselves because manna and quail is not coming down on them. So now they are going to be able to keep the livestock and keep the plunder and all that stuff. And then he sets up an ambush. Lay an ambush against the city behind it. So basically, he's going to have some of the people go behind the city, some people in front of the city, and let's go on. So Joshua and all the fighting men arose to go up to Ai, and Joshua chose 30,000 mighty men of valor and sent them out by night to go around the other side of the city. And he commanded them, behold, you shall lie in ambush against the city behind it. Do not go very far from the city, but all you remain ready. And I and all the people who are with me will approach the city from the front. That's what he's saying. And when they come out against us, just as before, we're going to mock like we're losing again. We're going to turn around and flee. They're going to think we set up the same battle plan. And they will come out after us until we have drawn them away from the city. For they will say, they are fleeing from us, just as before. So we will flee. So we will flee before them. Then you shall rise up from the ambush and seize the city from the back. Right? That's what he's saying. For the Lord your God will give it into your hands. Who? Not Joshua, not the generals. God. Whether you're going to work today, whatever it is you're doing today, if you think you're living life on your own, you will absolutely do so to your own dismay and to your own loss. Who wouldn't take the God of the universe with you if he promised to be on your side? And why do we do that every day? So many of us do this, and even I do this sometimes. And I just kind of like, what am I doing? Why am I going out there unprepared? I don't have my armor on. I am trying to do this all on my own strength. And God is going, hey, I'm over here. My unconditional love, my eternal truth, my Holy Spirit's all here. As soon as you've taken the city, you shall set the city on fire, and you shall do accordingly, according to the word of the Lord. This is the Lord gave me this plan. The Lord gave me this plan. See, I have commanded you. So Joshua sent them out, and they went to the place of ambush and lay between Bethel and Ai, to the west of Ai. But Joshua spent the night among the people. Stop there. We'll pick up the actual battle tomorrow. All right, let me see if anybody else came on board here towards the end. Brian Vlaming, good morning, men. Chris Connolly, not too bad. Steve is still sleeping. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, guys, blessings on your day. Make it a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.